It's your boy Giovanni. Welcome back to the Trading Code, and I'm back at it again with another video. It has been a crazy November in the markets, and I want to just show you guys the type of results I've been able to get with the Neo EA for the last 2 weeks. I understand that a lot of people are skeptical with my bots using automation and all that, so I want to just give you guys real live results, testimonies, show you guys not only my results but results that other people have been getting as well. Using the Neo bot, I was able to make over 100% gains in just 2 days just before Thanksgiving. On that account I trade really aggressive on, so that's why I was able to do 100%. But I also have another account that I trade conservatively on, but it's been able to do over 25%. So again, I just want to show you guys the great results that the Neo EA can bring when you apply the knowledge that I give to you guys in my private Discord. Actually learning how to use the bots in my advanced settings and applying the strategies that I give you guys is what makes you profitable with this bot. Yes, you can know nothing and still be profitable, but actually applying what I teach you is going to make this bot an absolute weapon in the markets. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so as you guys can see, this is the MyFX book where I made over 135% gains the day before Thanksgiving. As you guys can see from the MyFX book, I deposited $1,700. Profit was $2,344 in about a day. And yeah, made 135% gains. What a blessing this was the day before Thanksgiving. Let me show you guys how I was able to do it. So as I said in my last video, I always look at the weekly first. So it was this week, this bearish candle right here. Now typically, because it's a bearish weekly candle, I'm always going to be following the weekly and I would typically sell. But this day before Thanksgiving, I ended up buying only, and I'm going to show you guys why. Because even though this was a bearish candle, we had support here. It's important to pay attention to the support areas on the weekly because that is where price is going to have a lot of buyers. So we can see here, this candle right here had a big bullish wick right here. This is support. So I realized that price was coming back down to this area right here. So this is why I decided to buy only, even though it was a bearish candle on the weekly, because that bearish candle on the weekly was coming down to weekly support. So let's go ahead to our lower time frames. As you guys can see, it's saying that this was November 26, 2024, and this was when price came back down here. So all I had to do was put my Neo EA for buys only. So what happened was the Neo EA kept buying here, buying here, buying here, buying here until it hit support and price went back up and kept making me money closing in profits. So I did that all day. All that day I just kept using the Neo EA for buys only. And we could go to the lower time frames. You can see in more detail how effective this was. So you guys can see consolidation in this area made me a whole lot of money because price kept consolidating in this area and it kept buying every single time. As you guys can see, big bearish candle, buys, 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 buys in this hour. Price comes up, we make money. Big bearish candle to the downside, we keep buying, buying, buying. Price comes back up and we make money. Bearish moves, buy, 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 buy. Price goes back up. Every single time it does this at this support, we're closing in hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So the same thing kept happening. Price keeps going down, buy, buy, buy. Price goes back up, we're closing in profits. And after that, I just kept buying, 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 and we kept making profits. So I hope you guys are able to follow me here. Even though the weekly was a big bearish candle, we knew where price can most likely reverse, and that was at the weekly support area. So all we did was buy when price was going to lead down here to these areas, and we caught that wick of the weekly bearish candle. So because this support area is protected, literally you could have just kept using buys for the rest of the week. Even though it will pull back sometimes, you have the confidence to hold these trades knowing that this is a major support area, and most likely price will keep going back up so that you can keep closing out profits. And that's how you get a nice blue screen full of profits for Thanksgiving. Now here I also have another account that I trade on, where I trade more conservatively and I take more losses because I cut the losses with my equity protection. The other account that I just showed you guys with the MyFX book, I didn't use any equity protection. I was just trying to flip the account. Here I use equity protection and it works, and I close out on some losses, but I'm still profitable for the month, as you guys can see. So it's not like a straight line up, it's just some losses but constant growth. And sometimes I take risk here too. Sometimes I take my own manual trades, I lose, but because I had a NeoBot, I'm able to make my profits back very easily. So yeah, as you guys can see, we're over 40% gains already. I've been trading this account since November 7th, and you guys can see this is a great conservative account where we're making good amounts of money. $3,857 in profit. We've already made some withdrawals off this account, as you guys can see, and this is a real account. So what I've been able to do for you guys is I made a little demo account so I can connect the Neo EA. You guys can follow this account. Even though it's a demo account, it still has swap fees, it still has spreads, it's still the real live market conditions. And I just wanted to give you guys something that you guys can follow with the Neo EA, where I'm not taking my own trades, I'm not doing anything that I would do in my personal account. I'm just letting it ride, and this data can build so that you guys can follow this and see how profitable the Neo EA can be for you. So I decided to start this account on December 4th. That's not too long ago, and you guys can see it already made $2,308. It's already at 11.54% monthly, and you guys can see the drawdown was less than 1% because I knew the direction of the market, I knew my strategy, and I just turned the bot on. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the link to this as well in the description so that you guys can follow this and make a decision if you want the Neo EA or not. So now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you guys exactly how the money was made in a simulation, how I was able to flip my account, how I was able to be conservative as well in the other account and make money on buys only. So let's go ahead and show you guys. I deposited only $1,700, right? You guys can see price is bullish. So even though price comes back down to retest some areas, I know that price is going back up. You guys can see we're in a little bit of drawdown, but price is going to go back up because it is at the daily support at this time. So you guys can see I already made $464 easy just like that. Price going back down, we know that it's going to test support again and bounce back up because it's a weekly support area, and it's a high chance that it's not going to break that area. So again, it's going back up, and you guys can see the profits. Sometimes I take profits early, I don't wait for the bot to close, it just depends. But as you guys can see, the bot is closing out profits here. $848, $900 made already. And I think throughout this time I realized, okay, we're at the support, so I ended up cranking the lot size up a bit and making more profits on these rallies after the pullback. A little bit of drawdown here, and price is just gonna go back up again. Boom, now we're at $3,040 just by knowing where we are in the markets. Now we're at 4,000, and you can see how an account can easily be built by knowing the direction of the market, even when it pulls back on you hard, because sometimes gold just likes to scare you. That's just the truth. But once it's going in a certain direction and it has a structure, it's very hard for gold to break that structure. So as you guys can see, the results are real. I have my FX books for my results. I also decided to open a quick little demo account for you guys and just run the NeoBot on it on some conservative settings on US30, and don't touch it, don't mess with it, just let it run, and connect it to the MyFX book so that you guys can keep up with that and keep seeing the results of the Neo EA. A lot of people been requesting the News Blaster on MT5. Guys, it is done, and that's gonna be my next video on the News Blaster EA. So make sure that you like and subscribe so you get the notifications for when that drops. It's going to be called the Quantum Futures EA, and I can't wait to reveal it to you guys. Until next time, I'm out.